Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today, I get to share with you this book called Tear This Down, written by Barbara Dee. This is the story of Freya, who's never been afraid to speak her mind or to ask the hard questions that often make other people uncomfortable. When she was little, it was things like, why do we always have to paint the ocean blue? When she knew that the ocean outside her home was rarely that color. And as she got older, she started asking other questions like, why do all of the books that we read in school have to do with boys? Where are the girls in these books? And with every new question, people started getting a little bit more uncomfortable, and Freya didn't give up. So when she learned that the namesake of her town was anti having women vote, she felt personally affronted, especially because her family had been living in this town for generations. So she set out to do something about it, to do a research project that shed some light on the less savory features of her town's namesake. And in so doing, she learned not only about herself, but also about friends and the power of tenacity along the way. This contemporary fiction middle grade novel is well suited to folks who are comfortable reading middle grade. So there's no pictures in this book. The chapters themselves are fairly short and there's a lot of dialogue. So that helps propel the plot forward. But it is very deep also in not only the questions that Freya asks, but also the things that she encounters along the way. There's a lot of sexism that comes out in this book, and as a feminist, she demonstrates some of the skills and resources that are needed in order to kind of disrupt the status quo. So even though things have been done a certain way in her particular town for over 150 years, she challenges that, and she asks people why. Why is this still the case after so long when the beliefs of this particular person are no longer relevant? So in the story, you have lots of different characters. You have character tropes that you would find in many other books. You have adults that are helpful to Freya. You have unexpected friends, some villains as well. And everyone has a deep character background. So that helps to make the story feel a little bit more robust in that way. Freya she interacts with her parents to some degree, but for the most part, her support system around this process and this project are from external sources. So as she's kind of developing her own personality, she's also seeking advice and opinions from people outside of her family. So she is 7th grader, 12 years old, definitely mature for her age, and also just demonstrates the fact that young people have a lot of power and influence when they have the right support system behind them. So as you can see, not a huge amount of white space, but there is a fair, there's, I guess, double spacing in between the lines of text. So the text itself is kind of small, but it does read quickly because of that spacing choice. Really thought-provoking and inspiring to middle grade readers, and it fits the bill as far as a classroom read that features a female protagonist. So if this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it at your favorite bookstore.